We're live. Um, Topic for today is people come and go. People come and go from your life, not because it's not always because of something you said or did, but I think sometimes the circumstances of either one's life might affect their decision to stay or not. But I think it's more so a lack of love in a way, because a lack of love in a certain person's life will determine whether or not they will stay or not. So if you have plenty of love to give for the other person, and you're also receiving a lot of love from the other person, there's really no reason for you to leave the relationship unless there's money involved. In which case, then most of the time, both parties would have that sort of issue, which causes the other person to leave. And I think that's one big reason. The second reason would be more so third party relationships, which could cause one person to also leave due to conflicting interests and sabotage. I think it's more so the latter. Relationships are complicated. The world is very simple, but um, I personally think that I personally think that I personally think that it's okay to learn to let go, and I personally think that if they choose to leave, it's okay. I mean, I totally think it's fine for people to leave, and sure, they might have a reason to leave, and I don't really know if having or giving them a second chance is particularly not necessary. I don't think that second chance is always needed. Um, I think it's okay to give them a try in terms of establishing a relationship, whether it's friendship or platonic, anything more than friend. If you don't try, you won't know. But I think our instincts, especially our gut instincts, will tell us that it's okay, It's okay it's perfectly fine to let go. Um, I think learning to let go is important because learning to let go allows you to understand more about yourself. I think one of the most critical components in life is that you're able to withstand certain struggles in life via relationships, because relationships teach you a lot more about yourself than anything else in life. Sure, your job teaches you a lot, but it's more so how humans are. So when we backtrack, I think that the world is simple, but people are complicated. Therefore, relationships are complicated, and therefore, you are complicated. Nobody understands you more than anyone else besides yourself. You understand yourself because you have to be inside your own head. You are stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. Sure, you can change the way that you think. Sure, you can take different perspectives and change your perception on things. But you are the person who understands yourself the deepest. And the second person might probably either be your best friend or your mom or your dad, But most, if not in all situations, most people won't understand the reasons why and the reasons in which you make those certain decisions. That's why I don't really believe in regret, because at that moment in time, you made that decision because of how you were feeling at that time. So just because you look back into the past and you connect the dots at that present moment of time, it doesn't really mean much. Sure, you can learn by connecting those dots, but you can't go back to the past. It's literally impossible to establish that connection unless you're looking into the past. You cannot connect the dots by looking into the future. Shout out to Steve Jobs. And when you can understand that those significant moments in life are important in establishing who you are and finding yourself, in order to find yourself, you have to first lose yourself. So it's okay to start over again. And I think it's okay to continuously learn and to establish who you are, what your goals are, and what kind of person that you want to be in the future. And a lot of it is resolved by confronting your past. And if you don't confront your past, you're simply running away from your past, then I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. You're just delaying the inevitable. So I think it's okay to leave it alone, but you have to come in peace with everything that has happened in order to be the person that you're meant to be. And all of that takes time, and none of it comes easy. You can't just hit two birds with one stone every single time. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you do make that jackpot, and everyone's on different routes, everyone's on different paths. And I think it's important to understand that there's no rush in life, and that people do come and go, people do take time and to understand you. And if they choose not to, and it's their free will to pack their bags and leave, and nobody owes anybody anything. So just learn to let go. Appreciate you guys.